That's the down and dirty. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you. I've seen these systems in things like Home Power Magazine and others, and how much might, so if you ignore the cost of the payback and whether or not it's worth it or not, how much might it be for a homeowner to do these conversions for, how much might that system run? And then do the companies that sell that equipment offer or tend to offer financing that, if you really wanted one of these, are there programs out there that can help fund it?
We didn't explore anything directly from the manufacturers as far as financing because we had our financing. Of course, there are federal programs. Right now, I think there's a 30% tax credit that would help anybody to retrofit their home. But as far as from the manufacturers, no, they don't offer any financing. Roughly, these systems, the equipment itself costs between, depending on the design and what you already have in your house, between $5,000 and $10,000. And then, of course, you have to install it, and that requires a plumber and a few people who are at least experienced with them. Although I have a lot to say because I did install 6 of these systems. They're not hard. It only takes once or twice to do it, to understand how to do it, and then you can really fly. So building the capacity within the community of being able to install these systems is one of our major goals, and we've been working heavily with the Chukchi campus and with the other satellite campuses around the state with their students with renewable energy projects to help people understand how these work, if they're viable, and then gaining the knowledge to install them themselves.
Have you seen any of the, I know the manufacturers talk about the difference between flat plate and evacuated tube, and evacuated tube being more effective in cold weather. Have you seen any data to verify that?
It's funny, every manufacturer will tell you that their system is the best. So it depends on who you get the information from. That's one of the reasons that we're testing both types of systems. I can say visually, right now, flat plates are going to reflect slightly more radiation. So right now, when I looked at all the systems on Saturday, the evacuated tubes still had some icing in the bottom, and the flat plates were completely free of ice. The one advantage that evacuated tubes really has is because it's a cylinder, you can gain radiation from multiple angles from the sun, which the flat plates don't have. But again, the big drawback of the vacuum tubes is that they're very fragile. And so shipping them to rural Alaska is something you need to be concerned about. They're very easy to install, either system. And I'd also like to know the answer to which one's going to perform better.
Did you have breakage?
We have not had breakage. One of the things we were concerned about were kids throwing rocks at them with the evacuated tubes. You could throw a boulder at the flat plates and they'd probably be fine. But we gained enough awareness around the community that everybody's pretty supportive of it. So I don't think we're going to have any vandalism of any kind. But we didn't have any breakage, and we do have some extra tubes. And the way these are designed, if one tube did happen to break, you can pull it off and put a new one in about 5 minutes.
My name's Carrie Sison. I work for Tlingit High Central Council, and we did a project this summer. We called it Sustain Angoon, where we went out to Angoon and did some solar panels in an elder's home also, and it also did some energy efficiencies and some weatherization, but it was really kind of exciting because, of course, Angoon is not connected to the grid, and so they have really high electrical costs.
Sure.
So it was pretty exciting to see it, and we're busy collecting data right now, but I just wanted to mention this morning I was on the internet and I seen something flash across. I didn't get to read it, but they were talking about they overproduced some of the solar panels, so I think there might be some cost efficiencies coming around the corner.
Oh, good.
So that was just something that I wanted to mention, but it is pretty exciting to see this happening, and we have been working with Cleveland Regional Housing, and we also want to get with the Electrical Association to try to have more of this kind of solar renewable energy projects going on. So
Well, feel free to contact us and we'll see how we can help.
yeah, well, I think that we definitely need to look at this. We are in the land of the midnight sun, and collect that solar energy when you can, and definitely learn from each other because we are in a cold area. That's pretty cool. Thanks.
how does the system keep from overheating? I'm thinking Fairbanks, Alaska, in the middle of the summer, the sun's shining 24 hours a day, and
Well,
it can get pretty hot.
That's a good question. The glycol mixtures that we use are rated up to 300 degrees before they start to break down and corrode the pipes. So you would have to have a stagnant system with the pump turned off in the middle of the summer to reach those temperatures for any length of time. So ideally, if we were getting 300 degree temperatures, you're going to be cycling those pumps, or the pump is going to cycle itself, and you're going to pull all that energy right into the storage tank. Those are 8-gallon storage tanks. They can hold quite a bit of BTU. Did I answer your question?
It still seems like you might have a potential to have to dump heat somehow.
Right. Well, that was something we looked into, and one of the reasons that we used the Weissman for only hot water and the Heliodyne for the combined. So the way that we design the Heliodyne systems, once the hot water needs are met for the home, then that goes into the baseboard heating or the radiant floor heating, and that would be our dump load. Anything in excess of that, we're not seeing a huge potential for.
Other questions?